Already started.
Not yet.
Hey everyone, Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, three-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils, and you're listening to the Uncle Pucker's New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go Devils!
That was weird. That didn't have any sound for me.
No?
I had sound.
I had sound
Did
too.
you? Huh.
But
That was strange.
you hear us fine, right?
Yeah. Except for Tony, who hasn't said a word yet. Hi, Tony. Yep, that's why I haven't heard him.
He's such a dick. I think it's like a Christmas miracle that all four of us are here together.
Yeah,
This
look
is
at that.
Yeah,
awesome.
nobody's dead.
Yeah.
Everybody's healthy-ish.
Not
Yeah,
yet. Yeah.
Every year it's a new thing, right? We're all
Here.
four
Good
of us
times.
are alive every year. It's a
Devils
new thing.
fucking stink. But, you know.
Well, before we jump into them, did everyone have a good Christmas?
Yes.
Yes, very
Great
nice.
Christmas. Success. Everybody kind of got what they wanted, or got things they didn't know they wanted that they'd really like. The stress of
That's
it's
always
over.
good.
Yeah.
That's always good. What'd you get, Bobby? What was your big gift that you got for yourself? What did you get?
I didn't get anything for myself. I mean,
No, nobody got you anything you liked?
oh no, I thought you meant what did
That's
I
what-
get for myself? No, I
not
got
like what did you get?
I got just
What
like
did Santa bring you?
flannels and shit and clothes. I had my dad get me a couple of like specific tools, like this, like a car detail vacuum. So not just like
Flashlight.
lugging my vacuum out there to clean the car, but like
Real girl.
yeah.
Inflatable women.
So that I got a brew kit, making a brew for the hockey team for the end of the year kind of party.
Aren't they a little young for
I
that?
was just
Yeah, they're
thinking
not gonna
that.
drink it. I'm just gonna give it to the
Oh.
coaches and the parents.
Fair enough. That's
Some of them
probably a
are.
good idea.
Bob,
Give
is
it to
that
that-
so you could drink at like
You give it
7?
that big kid that
Yeah,
that's
kid's in my
been
house
kidding.
right now.
He looks 21.
he's probably got a fake somewhere.
Yeah.
How about you, Tim? What did you get?
Not much. I mentioned this before. My family's kind of small, so this is actually the first year in 5 that I actually got something. So that's nice. This coffee machine, my brother made me a little. I have my laptop here and like a second screen here. And this is like where I work also. But I'd been putting my laptop on a stack of paper, like literally like printer paper. And so he made me like a little shelf to put my computer on, connect my ring light
That's very
to.
nice.
Yeah, it's nice. He's a good little craftsman. So so that was nice. So other than that, yes, it
This
is
is
Joe
usually
Bro.
my laptop stand, little box of
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
basically.
Didn't feel like using
Either that or like I have like the game of Clue back there that I sometimes use because it's
Yeah.
got a little bit of a wider base than the paper. But now I have a nice stand. I can put the microphone on it, the cords, all. It's very nice. It's very nice.
Very
done.
I
It's
heard
stained, it's finished.
in the 2026 Uncle Pucker budget, we're getting standing desks, which is really
Yes.
good.
Very
Blood
nice.
flowing while
Yeah.
we talk about this.
I'm more of a sitting guy than like big fucking. It's like probably like a top 3 skill of mine is sitting.
Okay, so there we just saved some money in the budget because Tim doesn't.
Yeah,
have
there
any
you
money.
go. Yeah, just
Hey.
fucking sit. I love
How
it.
about you, Tone?
I got some records actually, man.
Which ones?
My wife actually, it's funny. My wife's mother will get me these like whatever my wife tells her. She's like, "Oh, just get them these." So I got Facelift again, actually, which I've had before.
On
Obviously, but
vinyl?
I got a new press of it. Yeah, so that's cool, man,
Nice.
because mine is old.
I can't hear Tony at all.
You
You
can't?
can't hear really.
All right, I'm gonna back out and
Yeah,
back in. I know why.
Okay. I get that, man. As usual, I got the 2 youngest kids probably of all of us besides
Yeah.
Bobby. So of course, I got the hand-drawn Christmas cards, about 50 of those on the refrigerator. It's funny, before you have kids, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get those cards. Now it's like every holiday, there's like a picture of me drawn like a fucking bubblehead with one eye. I'm like, thanks, guys, with the rest. But yeah, man, it was, it's for the kids now. I mean, but my kids actually this year, so obviously we do it at our house. This is the first time that we woke up and my kids opened up the damn presents before we woke up. Two
Seriously?
daughters. Dude, dead serious. This will never happen again. I'm sure we're gonna have this is like a new thing. But we wake up and it's like 7:14 here in the morning, and we go out there and all the fucking presents are open already. And not only that, but they're trading them to who? Oh, you want the green one? Oh, I'll take this one. There's no order going on. My wife comes, she tells me, and I'm just like, it's the one thing as a parent, you know, there's not much joy as you know, like this age. It's like this, like seeing them open up the Christmas presents.
Yes.
But they totally went and did it themselves, man. So that was
Oh,
something that will never happen again in our household.
Yeah, like you
That's really
motherfucker,
cool,
I
though.
just wrapped that like an hour ago.
Dude, I know, right? Yeah, it's just
Like I just finished putting that together.
I couldn't believe it, man. I
That's
told
a
my
miss.
family today. Yeah, it's
I
like,
got-
what the hell?
I got tickets to see Soul Asylum at the Count
I saw
Basie.
that.
That's
Yeah,
going to
that's
be a
fun.
fun show. Yeah. So
That'd be really
I was
cool.
happy about that.
It still blows my mind that Tony of all people introduced me to Soul Asylum all those years
Ah,
ago. He just
Great songwriter, man. David Perner. I mean, he's one of the best, I think.
It's an acoustic show.
Nice.
So, yeah, I think
That's
that
even
should be
cooler.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the
that
first
and-
celebrity I ever met, you know, was that guy. It was actually in New York. Him and Wyoming Ryder were walking down the street. That was the first celebrities I remember ever seeing as a kid in person, besides like maybe an athlete or something, you know. Didn't talk to him, but I was like, wow. I'm like, there's these good people you see on MTV all the time.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to that show. So, guys, let's talk a little bit of hockey, right? Our boys
No.
are healthy. You're in the wrong place, Tim. That's kind of why we're here.
I'm just here for the snake draft.
Our boys are. I mean, it was so nice seeing a healthy lineup, right? But we still can't buy a freaking goal.
Well, Jack
you know,
Jack
just-
scored a goal. The rest of the team
Yeah.
didn't get the memo that they can
Scored
still do
one.
that too.
One.
Well, they figured Jack's back. We can take the day off, you know,
Yeah.
just let Jack do everything. But I guess Tate McRae has him a little tired because he only scored one goal. We need many, many more.
Did you guys? I mean, I know Bob did, but Chris, Tony, did you guys play sports like in the age of where that was a thing? Where
What was the thing?
So you
Like
shouldn't,
the
you
thought
shouldn't
that
empty,
you
you
shouldn't.
shouldn't
Yeah,
be
yeah,
emptying
yeah.
the tank
Empty your
before you
tank,
play.
yeah.
You can't
Yes.
empty the tank before you play sports. You get fucking
Yes.
jello legs.
Yes.
I was trying to be diplomatic about that, but then I realized where I was.
Yeah.
Like-
Come right out with it.
I feel like Mike Tyson used to say stuff like, "I don't have sex or jerk off for like 30 days before a fight."
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
It's like you can't do that game days. Like what?
I might be able
Yeah.
to take him down if I did that.
Yeah.
30 days angry.
No
You
wonder
think
if-
this is the problem with the team? Is this what you're saying? That they're overall they're just
Yeah.
spunking too much
They're
and
watching.
they're
They're
not.
watching too much heated
People
rivalry.
watch too much of that
Just for Nico.
thing, Tim. I was gonna say,
Oh,
loads of fun.
I mean, there's a lot to like about the way they've been playing, other than the lack of goal scoring. I mean, I do have a quick story. Do you ever have something happen? You know, we've all been married in long-term relationships or whatever, right? And after a long period of time, you just kind of, you kind of go through emotions in a lot of ways, right? But there are always certain times that maybe the significant other or yourself might say something that will just spark and be like, "That's why I married you. That's why I love you."
Yeah.
So we're watching the Islander game, right? Markey comes out to play the fucking puck, right? And gets beat and they scored a goal. Unprompted, my wife goes, "Jesus fucking Christ, you're not Brodeur." I was like, my God, I fucking love you. Yes, you're right. This fucking hump thinks he's Brodeur. Stay in your goddamn crease.
Love it. That's
I
great.
There
was
was
so
something
mad
funny
about
that happened. It was like maybe 6 or 7 games ago where Markey came out of the net and the announcers were talking about how Allen does that a lot. And Allen actually is pretty good about playing the puck. And they were like, Allen has been helping Markstrom with playing the puck. And it's like, do we want him to do that? I don't think we do. But that I have a lot of notes about all of the problems with this team, and I could go on for an hour or so. It depends on if you want me to or not. But that's very cool about your wife noticing that immediately. That's fun.
That is good stuff.
Well, what would you like to talk about? Bring up some of the problems.
All right.
Here we go.
Cliff notes.
This team is so aggressively average. So like they've scored 130 5-on-5 goals in the calendar year of 2025. Guess what position that puts them in the NHL?
16th.
Dead
Okay,
fucking last.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
They
well, you
are
said they were.
last.
You said they were average. So I was just trying to, kind of pick the middle there.
They
Dead last,
over
that's
over
not
that
good.
same time period, which is almost a season. I actually didn't count the game, so give or take. They have 81 points. That's fucking not good. That's 26th. They have 38 wins, which is 25th. Their expected goals from 4 percentage is 48%, which is 25th. Their shooting percentage is 7.7%, which is 30th. Everything they're doing and have been doing this entire calendar year, this since January 1st, is just actually it's not even average. It's like in the bottom third, bottom 5 teams in the league in terms of offensive generation. And there's a lot that goes into that. Like I know Markstrom made that fuck up, but quite frankly, goaltending hasn't been our problem in the past 4 or 5 games.
No, you only let 2 in. You should win that game. It's that simple, regardless of how it happened.
Right. Like we've been begging for them like 1s and 2s on the defensive side, right? Like let in 1-2 goals. Then we got this. Now we don't got it, Like when it was a race to 3 or 4, like we were losing those games. Like you're not going to win very many of those. When you're giving up 1 or 2, like the goaltending is putting us in a position to win. It's still not great, but it's like we need to fix that. They've recommitted to defense, but then they fucking forgot how to score. And it's just like this has got to I'm so out on this group of guys. Like I'm going to watch these games. I'll come on here and we can talk about them, but at this point, like they need to prove it to me that they're worth the time, that they are worth like caring about. Like I'm not going to get like emotionally up and down about this team anymore. And I listened to a couple other podcasts that said similar things. It's just like, why am I going to get so invested in these guys if it seems like they don't give a fuck?
That's always a question when you're watching your sports teams. I'm glad you did kind of the analysis that you started because I also had fun with numbers and I wanted to go where you went. But I didn't have quite that amount of time, but I did want to look at just a few people, kind of the main cast of characters that we always bring up when we talk about this team suffering. I just wanted to look at a few key points and see where they are. So you can't do an analysis like this without starting with the one enigma that is Timo Meier, right? There's always this, did we get what we thought we were getting from Timo Meier? Are we getting more? Are we getting less? So I like to always start with Timo Meier. And I'm just looking at this one way. There's a million ways we can look at what some of these guys have done. Timo Meier, in his career, he averages 0.70 points per game. So just over a game to get a point, right? He's not a point per game player, but he's close. And currently now he's on that same pace. His goals per game is like 0.35. So about every third game, he gets a goal. This is his career total. And that's exactly where he is right now. I even started to do all this with these players with I'm going to remove their best year and their worst year. It wasn't making enough of a difference. So I'm trying to figure out where these people should be and what they're actually doing. So Timo Meier is very much exactly what he's always been. I think the question with him continues to be, he had that blip 35 goal season, and with his body tape and everything, everyone just expected him to be more. Contract aside, like this is the man we got. He has done nothing but the same thing he's done his entire career.
Yeah, that's like a 30-ish goal, 60
just
plus.
Just under, like I
pace.
said, every 3 games he gets a goal, something like that, more or less. And this is a long body of work now. You're talking over a course of years. Yeah. So it's really starting to look at. So I'm like, all right, let's go look at Brat. We've been talking about Brat a little bit lately. We've always talked about his particular finish in big games. So I'm not even talking big moments. I'm just talking straight math here. So Brat for his career has a point at 0.81%. So again, close to a point a game, just takes about a game or two to get a point. He's slightly below that right now, not enough to move the needle. His goals for his whole career, he averages like 0.25, 0.26. So basically every 4 games, you could say he'd get a goal. He has shifted that to 0.16. It's every 6 plus games is what he's averaging to get a goal now. That's a problem because that's a big decrease. So the next guy we talk a lot about, Dougie Hamilton. 0.60 points per game, so more like 2 games to get a point. He's cut that in half to 0.24. It takes him 4 games to get a point right now. And his goals that have historically been right around the like 0.20, so every 5 games is now 0.12. It's like every 8 games he's on pace to get a goal. Now, right now you can see there's a couple of offensive options that are definitely ticking in the wrong direction. And of course, I got to throw in Palat in this just to see it. I've always given him a lot of shit. I'm like, where is he really? We know he was already on the decline when he came to the Devils. Not a question. Sure. We know why he came here at that time for certain other intangibles, but I was still curious to see how does it stack up against his career. In his career, he gets a point every like 0.60% of the time, and about 0.20% a goal. So again, a goal every 5 games or so was his whole career. And his whole, it was 0.5. This year, it's 0.05, which would mean every 20 games.
Right. Which
now,
means
again,
he's on pace for 4 goals.
Right. I'm just stacking these together now because these are why is Palat in this, right? He's in this because he's still currently slotted as like a line 1-2, right? Therefore, I'm going to pick this out and say, look how bad this is. Now, I did do the same thing. I just want to let you know, Nico is literally on his regular trajectory that he's been on his entire career. He's still averaging a goal like every 3 games, right around that 30 mark. His almost a point per game player. And Mercer is actually the only one I looked at that actually ticked up. He usually gets like a half a point a game. He's at 0.64 and used to take him about 4 games to get a goal. And he's slightly above that with a 0.27 to a 0.2. He's actually going in the right direction despite how they've had to use him at different times. So these are 3 kind of key players on the team with very big diminishing returns at this point. So at any one time, if all 3 of those guys are in their 4 to 8 game slide, that's a drastic difference in the amount of goals that you might get in any particular game.
To me, the most concerning person on your list there is Jesper Bratt. To me, watching Jesper Bratt play this season, for the most part, just looks like a guy that for some reason he doesn't seem to be playing with the confidence he normally plays with. I don't know if that's real, if it's true, if it's just my eye test, but he just seems kind of like a shell of himself. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's the one I'm actually most concerned about. He is a big part of this team, and for this team to do anything, he has to produce, and he's just been completely invisible. And when he's getting his opportunities, he's just doesn't know what to do
for him to be the biggest concern, considering his level on this team and where he belongs in that core. Less concerned with a guy like Palat because you can literally just kind of cut him this year. Dougie, you got to read into that a little bit too. Like, what are we really getting for this guy if we're trading him? We all just say, hey, that's easy. Let's just clear $9 million. We trade Dougie Hamilton. Well, I'm a jackass. I can do this. GMs are doing way deeper analysis than this. I mean, they see this from him. It's going to become hard to get out of this.
And a lot of that, like I get you're just looking at paces, so it's just like the points in the game, stuff like that. And a lot of that is like their actual production that is feeding that pace is from that early October, early November time period. Once November hit, like nothing from Brad, nothing from Nico, nothing from Dougie, nothing from Palat. Like these guys are actively failing this roster. And the biggest issue that we have, obviously, besides needing to unload these 2 guys to get better in other areas, is that like Luke and Nemec haven't taken that full next step that we need them to take to then ease the burden of losing Dougie. Like that was kind of what I think the plan was going to be, was that sort of natural transition. And Dougie is just falling off a fucking cliff. And it's funny because his defensive metrics are actually the best of his career right now. But we're not paying him to play fucking defense. We're paying him to score goals and play fucking offense. And his offensive metrics are falling off a cliff. And that's what everybody sees with him. And like obviously, like I defend Luke to the end of the earth. It will come with him at some point, but it's not there right now. Nemec is still a mess in the defensive zone. Dylan has kind of regressed a little bit. Siegenthaler's doing his good year, bad year thing again. Our goalies fucking suck. Or they're good, or they suck, or they're good. We have no idea what the fuck we're going to get with those guys. There's so many different problems. I think our D-core being constructed the way it is right now, we are in such a pickle with them because they're not good enough right now. We just have 6 kind of average defensemen, and we have none of them can move the puck up. We are one of the worst teams in the league at zone exits, at clearing our own zone. And that is, I think, what is ultimately killing a lot of our offense, because we're getting pinned in the zone so fucking much, so long, that by the time we get the puck out, we need to change them. We're right back at it again, doing it all over again. So that is affecting everything in this team. We're not fast in transition anymore. By the time we get into the offensive zone, these guys are tired from being in the defensive zone for too long. I could go on and on, but I think it really does kind of come back to that D-core. I think Glendenning's still a black hole. Cotter. What the fuck what does this guy do around here?
I know. I mean, there's been so many guys on this, and I was really hoping that once they kind of get held. And look, they're just getting back to everybody back in the lineup and stuff, and I guess it might take a little bit of time. But the time that Jack was out, those guys needed to step up, and guys like you said, like now with Dougie, like we're stuck with Dougie. Like this is it. Like he already denied a trade. Like now he's not going anywhere. I don't know how this ends with him and the Devils.
Yeah, but that's why what Tim did in the beginning here is so important, because he's looking at a calendar year, which is a large segment of time and many versions of this team, and it's still like extremely mid to bad. That is very alarming, because we are on paper, we are supposed to be a contending team. We're supposed to be better than this. We're like 4 teams behind in the wild card, whatever the hell it is now. It's just,
and what's crazy is we got our depth scoring. We got Connor Brown.
Right.
We got
Cody Glass.
That's the Cody Glass.
They're doing their job.
We got our depth scoring. And now who's not scoring? It's the fucking guys that are supposed to. If those guys that are supposed to score all the fucking time, every 3 games, every 2 games, like you're laying out, then this would be a much better team. But they just don't have it right now. And there's so much wrong with it. And I see people questioning Keefe. I don't know if Keefe's the problem or not. I don't think so. Yet. I'm not quite there yet. Another thing, a kind of niche thing that I've noticed, it's more X's and O's within the zone exit failures, is how bad our wings are at being in the right position and getting the puck out of the fucking zone. So there's a pretty common phrase in hockey of being on the right side of the puck. And our wings are never on the right side of the puck. And this is why you'll see Luke and Dougie and Siegenthaler and all of our defensemen have bad turnover numbers and bad D-zone turnover numbers, because they'll be throwing up the boards to the wing and the other team is on the right side of the puck and our guy is not on the right side of the puck. Our wings are just not in the right side of the puck. And that's another reason that is a huge problem. There's just so many stylistic, structural, play style issues with this team. It's fucking frustrating, man. I hate watching these guys. And then, Luke, captain fucking shin pads. Here's another fun fact. Luke has taken 227 shot attempts. Guess how many have been blocked?
220.
It's all right. It's half of that. It's 109.
Wow.
Which is 48% of his shots have been blocked. 48%. That's fucked up.
Might be picking the wrong time to shoot, eh?
Yeah. Like, how do you... It's everything about this team. They don't play through the body. Like, they're not... They're just soft on the walls. Just everything is... Fuck these guys. Fuck them.
Tony, been quiet. What are your thoughts here?
I've been saying it for a while. I think I said it before the season started. And I'll even relate it to, like, even... I was watching, it relates to this. I was watching something about my football team today. It was the same thing, like just frustration. And I said to myself, with the Devils and the Raiders, whatever, I get so caught up in this shit. And then I come on, and I watch other shows too or whatever, and you get fired up and just don't think the team's good enough.
I agree.
I just think there needs to be major moves. I didn't have much expectations in the beginning of the season, if you remember. And you guys know, I watched the Devils my whole life, big fan. Just don't think they made the moves the last couple seasons that needed to be done to make the team better. I think when I see the word soft, I agree 100%. I've been saying that. Even when we got more grit, it still is not enough personality-wise. You got to even wonder sometimes. Again, this is just being outside of the fan who's used to being disappointed watching sports. So, it's like, okay, another season like this, but putting the Uncle Pucker glasses on or whatever, you sometimes just say, okay, maybe there's not enough voice in the locker room. Maybe they, I don't know about Keefe. I'm not going to judge him yet, but I'll say maybe this team needs a guy like, we all
John Tortorella,
sometimes something to change, and I've been saying this for a while. You guys know that, these kind of things. Like I feel like the team, and I think it all comes down to softness all around, from our GM not making the moves that needed to be made 3 seasons ago to last season to even now, because even this team healthy, when this team started the season, it's pretty much this lineup. And I didn't feel like they were built to contend when it came down to nasty part of the season when it starts getting close to the playoffs, when you get into the playoffs. And I still feel the same way. So, just think it's going to be a tough season. They could still make the playoffs, yes, but don't know how good the team really is all around. The way it's put together. There needs to be major moves. Maybe things have to be shaken up, as we said, and it might be that time.
Well, I think I agree with you and the softness, like all around. Like it does seem like Fitz wanted this country club kind of environment, and it seems like maybe that's what he has, and maybe it's not really the place for it in the NHL. But Bobby, you've been saying for years now that this team needs what you call a big hockey trade. And I've always kind of been on the fence about that. Do you get rid of that? What are you going to get in return? And I do think that we have enough years and enough of a sample size to look at this team and say the core is not the core that we need to win a cup. They're not going to do it. So
at least not the way they work together.
Yeah. And I think that, shaking it up would be probably the best thing you can do for this team. And I don't know what that looks like. And I don't know whose head would be on the chopping block. And if the rumors and everything we've heard about the Quinn Hughes trade is true, I give Tom Fitzgerald at least grading him on a curve, a passing grade on the fact that he at least approached Dougie Hamilton to get rid of him. Like, I didn't think he would even do that. So the fact that he even entertained the idea, but again, that's not where we want to be for our general manager.
It's just we're all trying to find the guy that did this, and it's just like,
what would Lou do? I'm sorry, but I keep on saying it. This would not.
Nobody would be safe.
I mean,
but that's the thing, right? Like Lou would not have been giving out all the no trade clauses, the no move clauses, all that stuff. Lou would look at whatever is going to make this team better, and if that meant Nico Hischier or Jack Hughes being traded to make this team better, he would trade them. Now, I'm not in all saying Fitz should do that. I'm saying that's how extreme Lou would go if it meant making his team better. So,
Lou always saw when you're in striking distance, right? He knew when there was when it was time to make the move, because we always say it's not that the team. We grew up. Well, not we grew up, but the last 10 years we've heard, okay, they're young. Just give it time, give it time, give it time. It's been going on for a while now, and people are it's time now, and you have to do something.
I remember being so mad and not understanding why the hell we got rid of Jason Arnott when a year earlier the guy clinches a Stanley Cup, and it's like, what the hell is this guy doing? And then you look at 2023 or 2003. Jeff Friesen is not on that team. We do not win a Stanley Cup.
And that's exactly the type of shit I'm talking about, right? Like it's got to be a move that hurts at least half the fan base. That's like, half are going to get it, half aren't going to get it. In that case, it was Arnott. And Arnott was probably realistically 90% of the fan base was probably shocked by that. They didn't think that was smart to break up the A-line and all this. And then all Lou does is bring us another cup. Like you said, key piece of that was Friesen. And that was his blip, right? I don't know what kind of radar Lou had to know he was going to have a playoff like that. He probably didn't. But yeah, that's the type of ballsy stuff we just need. I don't know how much longer we can look at this package of players playing together this way and say it's going to work. I mean, everybody knows Jack and Brat play great together, right? But do they need each other? I mean, can Jack?
Well, Brat needs Jack. Jack doesn't need Brat.
Right, exactly. That's my point. So maybe he's the key point of this. It's got to go.
It's got to hurt sometimes. You remember
guess who has a full no movement clause?
Hang on, Tom. Hang on. Hang on, Tim. What's that? Right, I'm sorry.
I was just saying, it's got to hurt sometimes. It's got to hurt sometimes. Look at, like I was saying, the '94 team. I don't know about you guys. We all liked Bernie Nichols, right? I mean, sometimes you're gonna have guys are gonna have to go, and it's gonna hurt. But then, man, when that cup gets raised the next year, Sean Chambers, like I always say, there's just little moves that are made that look brilliant now. That maybe if shit goes different, it doesn't look so brilliant. But you got to take the chance, and I feel like we haven't taken the chance. I mean,
because Tim just said why we can't take the chance, right? Because the two guys I would move off of right now that I would be dangling in front of any team would be Dougie Hamilton and Jesper Bratt. Those are the two guys that I would. And you can't move them. So you're freaking stuck with them. So he painted himself into a fucking corner, and there's really no way out of it.
He can't even do what Drury did with Barclay Goodrow, which was waive him.
Yeah.
And then trade him, because I believe both of them have no movement clauses as well as no trade clauses.
Right.
And that's another part of the problem is not only did he give away a lot, and look, a lot of teams have these. The Devils aren't unique in this regard. What we are
They have a
unique
lot
in,
more though.
no, they don't. Carolina has the same amount. The Rangers have we have like 14. Like Carolina has the same
I
amount.
thought it was 48% of the Devils have no movement clauses. But
yeah,
but you get your point.
It's not exactly unique to the Devils. What I find I have a problem with is the structure of some of these no movement clauses and no trade clauses. You can't give a guy a no move clause and a no trade clause. That gives you 0 outs. And also the structure of like the trade lists, giving Dougie and Palat both a trade to list of only 10 teams, which they can basically game that every year to make it basically a full ironclad no trade clause. It's just it's fucking ridiculous. Like that's why the only guy they moved during the summer was Holla, because that's the only guy that had a no trade clause that wasn't that wasn't out of control.
So David chimes in, just kind of mentioned something. It scrolled off my screen now, but basically how Brad is usually consistent. He's not the problem. And I'm not even suggesting that Brad is the problem or a problem. And I've always said when Jesper Bratt's right, we are a better team when we have Jesper Bratt on this team. But that's exactly the type of player we're talking about, that sometimes you need to move for the sake of moving. Sometimes shit just doesn't work. And it's not that he's not Connor Brown's not the problem either. That's a guy I would rather keep going forward, just because something has to happen. And like, it wouldn't have to be Bratt, for example, if some other big swing happened that would bring the same type of return. If we could have maybe moved Dougie, then maybe we're not even bringing up Bratt. If we ever could have said from year 2, this Timo Meier deal is not really what we thought we were getting. This is not the power forward that we really thought we were getting, and tried to move him, then maybe we're not talking Bratt. I'm just to the point where it's like, I'm kind of tired of losing, and I have no allegiance to any particular player anymore. I just want my team to do good now. And if that means popular players that I love go, it just has to happen at some point.
And like all of Bratt's like underlying microstats are elite and excellent.
Yes.
Again, he's just literally not putting the puck in the net. And I think he still has lingering shoulder problems. I don't know if that hit against Washington affected him or whatever. This guy needs to, but the guy needs to put the puck in the net. Like that's the end of the day. You're a professional athlete. This is your job. This is what you're paid to do, is to fucking score goals and set up plays. And it's just not happening.
It feels like the organization has this concern that what if we make a move that doesn't land in our favor?
Right.
Or at least optically seem like it. What if we trade Jesper Bratt and he goes off and scores 40 goals? I don't give a shit if my team then wins the cup and the guy we got for him is the guy Tony's been wanting for 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, that's what matters to me.
And I think we have to like look at it like, so I hear, and I've heard a lot of it recently, especially when Nemitz would have like really heated up there, and Mercer's playing good. Those are the guys you're going to have to, these are the ones that you have to kind of, it's like playing cards, right? Or being at a gambling table. You have to say, okay, is this guy's value at his highest right now? Like, what can we get for him right now? Or do we wait till he cools down again? Then we're bitching in the offseason that, oh, what happened to this guy? He fell off again. So you kind of got to play that. You got to have the heartache. And that's the thing, is you're going to lose guys. Like I mentioned Dawson Mercer because this year he's, obviously had some great time this year. And
it's fallen off a bit.
Yeah, those are the guys though that when the Nemitz, that's going to hurt. But these are the guys that people are going to want. And then is it, look at Sharon Govich is a prime example. Like when he was really firing up for the Devils, man, he was exciting. Like you kind of had that, and then people wanted him, but then the value eventually decreases.
I 100%. Go ahead, Bobby. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Mercer again. That's one of those guys that you don't need everything from Mercer. You need quality hockey players at a reasonable asset price that can provide you what guys like Mercer are doing. That being said, he's a great contract for us to have on this team. Yes. But he's also somebody that if he was no longer here, whatever we get it could probably fill that. You know what I mean? He's not elite.
The problem,
he's just a good hockey player.
You're right. But the problem is like for what I think to make this team get to that next level, you do have to move one of the big guys. And to me, it's Brad, it's a Timo, it's a guy like that. All right. That I believe that if you do it right and you bring the right people in, maybe you can spark that engine and go on a run. But
problem with Timo going is, man, he's like,
no, I don't want to get rid of
we
Timo.
have,
I don't want to get rid of Timo.
No.
I'm just saying a guy of that nature, a big guy, a Hamilton, a guy like that. That the problem is, like we talked about, is these clauses where it's going to end up being, if any moves are made, it's going to be a Nemo and a Mercer, because those might be our two most valuable players that aren't locked down like that.
Do you know who are? Do you know who else don't have no move clauses?
Who? Well, Jack and Nico.
Jack and Luke.
Jack and Luke. Oh boy, I don't want to get into that.
Nah.
So, Chris, I noticed you didn't bring up those names.
Wait. Can we get Kaprizov for
If we
Jack
got like
and Luke?
I don't know. What would we want from them? I think that does kind of really it opens up some interesting possibilities. But Future Man in here said it earlier. It's like
That's right, Snow.
they have already said that Fitz is hanging around, and Fitz does not deserve to be the guy to fix what he's created. Like that's the other kind of side issue to this. Like I think he's proven that he's going to be incapable of fixing this. Look, I bought the Kool-Aid. I drank it this summer. I thought we actually filled in the pieces. But seeing like this precipitous fall off of some of these guys, like you can't predict that. Like it's just, but he put us in this position. It's just a combination of fucking everything. And that Markstrom extension should have been the nail in the coffin for him. Like
I don't think he's going anywhere though.
He should have been shown the fucking door when that extension happened. But
well, we have till what, tomorrow is the end of the roster freeze, so we can start making trades again tomorrow or Sunday or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's even going to make any moves. I don't know what's out there. I don't even what's even out there.
Buffalo won 7 in a row.
Yeah,
Calgary's gone like 10-4 and is like 2 points out of a wild card. Nashville's on the upswing again. Like, are these guys even going to trade players?
He's just always watching the fucking train go by. He just can never get on board the goddamn thing. He never acts fast enough. He's always, like, he's had 2 years behind him. You're right. He's like fucking 6 months behind everything when it comes to just making a move. We knew, hey, Jack went down. We said it on this show. Yeah. Now's the time. Make the move now. Don't let yourself get into a situation where the situation we fucking got into. And he refuses to make these moves. He gets complete tunnel vision, and it's Quinn, and then when it's not Quinn, it's hey, we gave it the good college try. No backup plan, no nothing.
But like that's And then the other thing now, it's like they're talking about like linking Stamkos to the Devils. They're like, well, because they tried to sign him 2 years ago, and it's like, well, now he's 2 years older. Like what, we're gonna take on all that like contract? What the fuck are we talking about?
I think you can't take on the contract. I mean, I wouldn't if they did some kind of thing to bring him over for a lot less. I mean,
sure.
I still think I like Stamkos, but I agree he's not Stamkos for play with the Lightning all those years. But I don't think they would ever take that money on.
Since the last time I really poo-pooed that deal, like he's actually been shredding it for the past couple games. But like I said, Nashville is now suddenly winning games. So it's like, are they going to give up guys? Or are they?
Yeah, I think
pot committed again.
Yeah, no, they're going to give up guys. I mean, they still have to be realistic of whether or not they're actually going to make the playoffs. Every team's going to have runs. Every team, no matter how good or how bad they are going to go through shit, positive or negative. I think Nashville is going to probably end up getting rid of a lot of guys. Now, I don't hate the idea of Steven Stamkos playing on the wing of Jack Hughes. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be really fucking good.
Experience and leadership too from that guy is pretty high, man.
Yeah,
and I think that might be what this team needs a little bit more of. Maybe
catch some of that.
Maybe that'll wake Palat up.
Player.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Palat.
2 for 1 on that deal.
There you go. Enjoy fucking Nashville, Jesper.
I just want to see something done. That's it. I'm just tired of it's the fucking definition of insanity every year with this team.
But I don't want to see him like trade like Simon Nemec for Braden Shen.
But that's what it's probably going to end up being. That was my point with him and Mercer. Like, it's our only 2 guys, so it's probably going to be them for whoever he feels like is going to help this team. But I'm with you.
And here's the other thing, and it's like, this is the team. And yeah, honestly, that little optimistic birdie in the back of my head is like, yeah, they got healthy again. They're finally back. They got this 3-day period off. They could just fucking rip off a whole shitload of wins. That could happen. And I'm still going to watch these fucking games. They're still going to make the playoffs. I firmly believe that. Still have it written in ink. Not quite in sharp.
I'm glad you do, because I need to see this team right now. Like, okay, there's no more fucking excuses. There's no more just wait till Timo gets back, wait till Jack gets back, wait till Grits gets back, wait till this and that, wait till our goalies start playing good. Like, okay, they're all back. Our goalies are playing good. Go win some fucking games. Go on a goddamn 10-game winning streak. Because
all that happened. Our defense is almost fully healthy. Our goalies started playing well again. All the forwards that were out came back, and we scored 2 goals in 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Plus, you know, injuries are going to come back around again. We all know that it's going to be
here's the other
tail end of that shit.
Our record in the Metro. Carolina lost. Flyers lost. The Islanders twice lost. Washington and Pittsburgh and we beat Columbus once, but that was because of Jake Allen. You remember he had like fucking 48 shots or something like that. Yeah. And then Washington and Pittsburgh we beat them in the shootout. So like we got to beat those teams too.
And next game's against the Capitals, right?
Yeah. Jay Snow, it's there. They THEY''RE. Thanks.
They are.
All
right. Let me just do a quick little run through here. DraftKings Sportsbook, the jaw-dropping moments that make hockey. Experience them all at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. And Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets back instantly. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. And
gang is yours.
The gangbang is yours. So, Tim, I see you got some new clothing from our partners over at Brick City.
Oh yeah, hang on a second. I got to hang on one. I'll be right back.
Tim's going to show us some stuff. We have you guys seriously go to brickcityhockeyapparel.com. It's all devil-centric shit. They make up. It's all custom stuff. Very, very cool. And if you use promo code Puckers at checkout, that's PUCKERS, you'll get 20% off.
So this
order. That one is the one I ordered. I love that awesome. Chico Resch one.
That was the coolest thing I saw.
This is the Chico shirt. They have a good Marty shirt. They have a good Meadowland shirt. So a lot of cool shit. So go to Brick City Hockey Apparel. 20% off with the code Puckers. Bobby, check it out. You get Caden a bunch of shit.
Sounds good. I think it's awesome.
What you got, Tony?
Yeah.
I gotta say something to Snow really fast. I saw he mentioned something, man. And Snow, don't worry. The Raiders are gonna do what the Raiders do, and they're gonna win the last 2 fucking games. It's gonna be just the same bullshit every season. He's talking about how the Giants
got to beat the Giants.
I need the Giants to win, man.
Sorry, it's cold in here.
But you know what's gonna happen. So I saw him comment about that. So I had to. The Raiders are gonna do what they do and just fuck it all up at the end, and that's how it goes. Misery.
It was kind of fun watching Minnesota knock Detroit out.
I thought about you
yesterday. That was fun.
Dude, that catch. I mean, that touchdown, the leap, is like, oh my God, because like for a split second they're going to review. I'm like, if they call this back for any reason other than his foot going out of bounds before he did that leap, like I'm never watching football again because that thing was beautiful, dude. That was just so, I mean, you could just freeze frame that and just talk about the littlest amount you can get of that cone. He got, and that was just incredible.
That was awesome. I thought he was down at the one, but.
And Chris, I hear your boy may be leaving. I keep on hearing these rumors, man, about Minnesota. That what's his name? Your receiver
Jefferson?
might be bolting. Yeah,
no. Justin Jefferson.
I saw
is going.
I've been seeing it for like the last 2 weeks.
Justin Jefferson's going nowhere. He will go. He will be a Viking for at least for the foreseeable next 3 or 4 years. His contract didn't even kick in. I think it kicks in this coming year. But you know he's getting paid. He's fine. And not to mention, I do think. Go ahead. Sam Darnold's killing it in Seattle right now.
Man, I just can't get over this dude. Like,
I think they're gonna make. I honestly I don't think it's gonna be JJ McCarthy. I think they're gonna make a package. It's gonna be maybe 2 or 3 first-round picks. It's gonna be JJ McCarthy, Dallas Turner. I think they're gonna go hard for Joe Burrow in the offseason. But we'll talk about that in the offseason.
Yeah, do you know who else is potentially gonna be on the trade block too? There's a lot of chatter down here about Lamar.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
needs a running back.
A lot of people are. Tony, stop being so racist.
I would take.
It's a hoax, Tim.
I would take Lamar Jackson.
Whatever. I know you moved to Lithuania because you don't like black people, but Jesus, man.
God damn, boys. So, I mean, look, Lord. I think we have to be somewhat realistic, though, at the fact that this team is capable of going on a massive run. Like, that's the thing that's so, I think, to me, frustrating about this team is because we know that they can just crack off 8, 9 in a row. And, 8 out of 10. This is something this team can do.
Here's the problem with
Why
that.
can't they fucking do it?
Here's the problem with that is that right before we lost these last two inexcusably, and we had shown a little bit of coming out of this, I was already kind of forward thinking to the next show. What kind of spin am I going to? Am I going to be like angry Bob? Am I going to be like optimistic Bob? And I was like, probably the optimistic route. Look how quickly these couple of wins can propel us back to whatever. Right? That was assuming with Jack back that these next two games, the last two, would have been more favorable for us. And all this talk about him being back, then you lose that game, then all this talk about we got to win this game. It's right before the break. You don't want to sit on it for 3 days. And it still didn't happen. And this is what's so maddening. It's always, we got to win now. We got to win today. But then they don't. Do I believe this team can absolutely get back on a run? And once they're getting used to gelling with each other again, I do. But I'm way more on Tony's side of the fence now with, fine, you're going to get some points and maybe get into the show, but you're just not doing any damage.
Just not good.
You're
Not built to face a team like Florida in 2000.
Go win 10 in a row or
Carolina.
9 to 10. Absolutely, dude. I think they can do that, but you got to show me now. It's just,
Yeah, but it's
I
up to
agree.
them to prove it. They need to prove it. They just need to prove it. We've been talking about this young group that needs to take a step, and they haven't taken a step. It's failure to launch. They've just failed to launch,
But they can.
It's so
They can prove it,
frustrating.
Tim, but they still need a couple pieces. They can prove it, but it's just there that they need.
I get it, and
They
Fitz is
need
going to
it,
wait.
man. It's
Fitz is going to wait till the deadline because that's when he operates. He can't do anything outside of the non-traditional. He does stuff in the offseason and does a little tinkering at the deadline. I'm not getting my fucking hopes up about him adding anything of substance at the deadline. He's going to get Daniel Sprong 2.0 and be like, we're creating competition, and it's just like, yeah, whatever, it's fine, but just. Cool. If they start winning games, maybe I'll start believing.
The last move that they did that I really was Toffoli was the last time I was really like, okay, this is something that we needed. That's a nice fucking fit. Nah, it's the last probably the guy.
And he hasn't replaced that pure. And this is another thing that we didn't really touch on is there's nowhere in the kind of analytics community or in the reporting community that shows where guys shoot to the strike zone or a spray chart, like in baseball.
Right.
There's nothing like that in hockey, where I want to see a chart that shows 90% of Jesper Bratt's shots get buried in the fucking goalie's chest, or Luke Hughes shots, like a spray chart of Luke Hughes shots that all don't make it past the circles because he's hitting fucking shin guards.
Or Dougie Hamilton's spray chart, which would be way to the left of the net.
Yeah, it's just or Timo's, which is just flat, even with launch angles. Give me something with launch angles where I could see Timo Meyer has a 0% launch angle because he can't lift the fucking puck.
We said this last year. We didn't have any finishers. We said that last year.
We have an odd collection of bad shooters, and I do lean into analytics. I think they're important stuff, but the way expected goals accumulate versus actual real pure shooting talent are two different things. You accumulate expected goals by shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting, and they're not good at it. I don't know how another way to say it. Brett Pesce, when he scored against the Islanders, top corner, I was like, holy shit. I haven't seen a guy on our team do something like that in the longest fucking time. Maybe since Bratt did it against Tampa Bay shorthanded. We don't pick corners. We don't have good shooters.
You bring up a very aggravating point I had from the last game too. At no point during the season or any game or any period should Brett Pesce be leading our team in shots on goal. I mean, right point there, you can't even have our forwards shoot the damn puck. So yeah. It's a problem.
It's a very stale offensive system. It's get in low, get the puck low to high, spray point shots, and
if that is what is hindering these guys from any offense, then and we'll dive a little bit deeper into Sheldon Keefe and his system and stuff. Not tonight, but next show maybe Keefe needs to change some stuff up too. Maybe this is a whole problem for everybody. Me personally, I put most of the blame of this team and how they're playing right now on Fitz. but I'm not ready to shit can Sheldon Keefe, but like you're saying, is there other ways to get more out of these guys than what they're doing, other than is it the coaching style, the system they're playing tends to, you're saying that, you think that is a part of the problem, right?
Yeah, and Keefe stylistically and philosophically has emphasizes defense first, right? Like take care of that side of the puck, and the offense will take care of itself. And we haven't seen that translation in his entire tenure here. We were largely carried by power play last fall. So like I looked at I gave you those 5-on-5 numbers for 2025. That's been going back to 2024 as well. Since Keefe came here. That fourth quarter. I almost said fourth quarter. I have a fucking business brain on. But like that October, November, OND. Bob, you use those acronyms?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in October, November, December, like we were being carried by our power play. Our 5-on-5 offense was terrible. Right. And that's just continued in 2025 throughout the whole time. Like, and that's a combination of like we have kind of smaller perimeter forwards like Brat. We're not getting enough like traffic in front of the net. I don't know if it's systems, but we do. I showed that one screenshot a couple episodes ago where everybody was up high and we didn't have anybody down low.
Yep.
And Jay Snow said it in the chat earlier, but we have one rebound goal this year. One.
That's ridiculous.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I've seen that stat floating around in a variety of different places. Like
that's disgusting.
See, this is like that's hard. You have to try to do that. Like that's hard to do. I don't remember the last time we got like a good deflection goal. Like,
this is part of the problem with the team though too. Is that why are any of them just mad? Like just mad. Like I want to see the team. I want to see them play mad. I want to see them take stupid penalties because they're actually pissed off that they're not winning and they're falling behind instead of just caving in. Like to a man, to each one of them who at some point in their hockey careers were probably the best on their team or in their league or whatever to make it to the NHL, and they're not mad. They're just we're losing again. Like,
yeah, they get sad. They're sad boys. They're not bad boys.
And we said this last year too.
That's what Tony says. Fucking get some dickhead in here who's gonna fucking fire the boys.
I think. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry about that.
No, I was just gonna say last weekend. I forget. I think it was the first game we lost, maybe the Buffalo game, and that night I was watching, or the whatever day I was around there, but I was watching the Florida Carolina game. And it was the one Florida came back 3 goals in the third, and they won it in the shootout. And I'm watching that game, and I had just, had the Devils game fresh in my mind. And all I was thinking about is we wouldn't last 5 fucking games against any one of these teams in the playoffs. Like the way they play, they say it, like play angry, play with snarl. I want a guy that's going to go and ball tap a dude with his stick on his way to the bench. And I want a guy that's going to, like you say, Marchand being a prick, Sam Bennett being a prick. These guys they get under your skin, but they produce and they become part of your identity of your team. You're right. Our little identity is a bunch of, crybabies that just sit around with their head down, led by the Swiss Miss captain, who I love. But dude, enough of this on the fucking bench looking like you're in distress all the time. Like I'm with you, Bob. Like get fired up, get pissed
yell
off.
at somebody on the bench.
Come together as a fucking team and go beat some ass.
Well, you guys, we mentioned that that's what'd you say, sad before, that they just seem like they're not, because they don't expect, if you play, there's certain, I'm not even going to mention the teams because I hate some of them, but there's certain markets you play in, even related to baseball, Bobby, we know if you're a Yankee fan or a Red Sox fan or whatever you are, your team's going to make a push. This is what you expect. You're actually pissed off if they don't. You mentioned Florida with Marchand and stuff like that. Like, this is what guys like Kachuk expect their organization to do when they need this. I think our guys kind of know, like, it's not happening. Like, this is pretty much what we have. This is the tools we have, and we need to make it work. There's not that expectation that they're going to bring in. If you play on a certain team right now, look at what Garen's doing, and there's going to be more too. That's not it for a while. They're going to do more shit, but this is a player for us, even as Devils fans, as longtime fans. And of course, we're more critical on here than we are in our personal lives, but we also realize that they're just not, we just know that it's not coming. And there's certain money tie-ups that the reason it's not going to come too. But I think even as the players on this team have to think to themselves, like, I think I saw, it was Jack, I think said, like, they're disappointed that their brother didn't come, but you kind of expect these kind of things. But I don't think our players expect tomorrow to wake up and have a big tool get moved here. They don't
He's
have
right.
that. I mean, that's just, it sucks, but
You're-
this is what I feel.
I mean, winning's a mindset. It's a mindset.
Yes, you're 100% right. But I think we've all worked in jobs, right? Or in life, in anything that you do, you just get comfortable, right? What happens when you get comfortable? You get a bit lax. I actually think this team is just really comfortable because they know that it doesn't matter. We can't get traded. We can't go anywhere. He's not going to do anything. I think there is some of that. I think if you did pull the trigger on a big move, and like you said, a guy like Mercer's out and Stamkos is in that locker room now, and I think that might, kind of slap each other upside the head here. Hey, wait a second, guys. Like maybe we're not so safe here. Maybe we shouldn't be so comfortable with the way this is all going. I just don't see any fight in them. Like it sucks.
McKinnon in Colorado, they gets on the team, man.
He's
like,
mad.
if you're not producing, get the fuck out. And if you're not producing here, we're just going to say nice things about you and try and get you better.
And it's crazy is because 3-4 games ago against Vegas, we saw them push back. We saw them punch back, and it's just like, where is this on a game in, game out basis?
But Tim, did you think you were going to see it the next? Like, did you in the back of your head, like when I was watching?
That's the problem.
Yeah,
we didn't.
And that's the
I don't
problem.
think any of us thought it.
It's like we can't do this one every 5 games. I realize it's a difficult style to play, but some guys just have that in them to play that style of play, and our guys do not.
All right.
Chris,
yes,
long-term future of this team. Is it successful with a combination 1-2 center of Jack and Nico? Yes or no? That's
yes.
It.
Yes.
You believe they're the two that can be built around?
I absolutely do.
Everybody agree with that?
If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to do the things to build around it, yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
How about you, Bob?
Yeah, I think so, but I wouldn't have asked the question if there's not a little bit of lingering doubt, and that's just the honest. And now that's why I sit here, and we've talked about this several times, where pound for pound, we've said, who could I envision being longer or finishing a career as a Devil? Probably like a Hischier, who maybe offers more like long term, maybe Hischier, although Jack's all the point and stuff. But I don't know. There's a reason I asked it. I just put it that way. I mean, I love them both. I think that any team that can't build a foundation with those two as 1-2 as your centers, because they're two dynamically different types of centers too, should really spell
it should. It should.
It hasn't. I guess that's why.
On paper, we have a very good team. It's just that there's just something missing, and it's that piece that analytics misses, and that piece that I think like just need that heart and that desire, and that's like I was up here 2 years ago with those two. It's like, it's absolutely coming. Now I'm kind of here, and like I'm pretty close to being like, maybe one of them isn't the answer.
It very well might not be, but at the same time, like I'm not ready to say that. Look, if Tom Fitzgerald had a fucking Godfather offer for Nico Hischier that was going to bring enough pieces back to this team to make this team better, I don't care. Go. The problem is I don't trust the guy making the fucking decisions. So
anybody at a trade of that magnitude for either of those two players, the return has to be of the same substantial weight to help this team.
Quinn Hughes.
This is not we're loading up on prospects. Right. It's something huge. But
you have to take in.
He do that? That's the point, Chris. Like you said, can he do that? I don't know.
I don't think
you have to take into account. You look at with Jack and stuff, the injuries we've had the last few seasons on our team. I am a firm believer that if this team is built different, you don't see all these injuries happen. I think that you have more accountability on the team. I feel like there's a lot. Our team is what's pretty much obvious. You go to the playoffs again, like right now with this lineup, right? You go to the playoffs against this team. The answer is pretty clear. You take out this dude. Take out two of these guys, it's over. And that is going to be what. Hey, as much as I'm a huge fan of the Kachucks, huge fan of those guys, but of course that's going to be the problems playing teams like that, because they're going to go right after our one or two guys, and that changes. That's it. That's the end of the series right there. Because you're not going to get punched in the face, and we know that you're going to get pushed a little bit, maybe in front of the net, but you're not going to get totally fucking your teeth knocked down your throat.
All right, I just got to put this up here because this is perfect. So I think this is where we might just wrap it up before we get to the snake draft. That wasn't the one, but that was really good too. This is the one that I wanted here.
There you go.
Jay Snow, moving players and keeping fits would be like shitting your pants and changing your shirt.
We can't get through
so
a single
fucking
episode
true.
without talking about shitting our pants.
Yeah, and the Devil Heaven's not even here, I don't think.
It sucks
Sure,
that we
sponsored by
can't,
G.G. Allen.
can't end the show on that because we do have to do the snake draft. But
Yeah,
damn it,
that's before the
I think
snake
we
draft.
shoulda- That's
So-
a showstopper.
That's
right.
yeah, no. Too bad we have the show title already.
Yeah, well, I can change that. Let's do that then. Let's do our snake draft.
All right, a
Anybody-
little bit brighter note, guys. This is more fun, seasonal, holiday stuff. Chris, get into it.
All right, we're gonna do the best top three. It's a 3-round snake draft. We're gonna pick our order, and it's going to be the best Christmas movies,
Yes.
right? All right, so we're gonna start. Bobby, 1 through 20. Pick a number. 1 through
17.
20. What? 17?
Yeah.
All right. Tone.
9.
Okay. Tim.
1.
All right. I'll go 13. Okay. And random number generates is 14. So that means I go first.
Rigged.
Bobby.
It's all
I know.
rigged.
All right.
Rigged.
So it's me, it's Bob, it's Tone, it's Tim.
Ugh.
Okay.
Gross. All right.
Okay.
Chris, Bob, Tone, Tim. Oh shit! I get the first one for the best Christmas movie ever.
Don't fuck it up, Chris.
Well, I don't really like Christmas movies, and
Same here.
yeah, I know.
Way to bring the joy, fellas.
Seriously.
I'm gonna go.
I don't
even like
with-
Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
I
a cart
have.
of smokes.
His little heart.
Can I put the Harry Potter movies all in as one Christmas movie, or does that not count?
I don't know how that's Christmas.
Are you kidding me? They'll go on
I like
to
Christmas shit in them.
Oh, Christmas, yeah. I would say,
Sure.
if anyone's gonna say Die Hard, then I can put.
It has
Harry
to have a
Potter.
Christmas. Yeah, I think it could be like Die Hard, like you said. I think it could be anything Christmas themed, somewhat. You know.
Okay, then
Go
I-
down that route.
Then with my
Yeah.
first one, I will say Gremlins.
There you go.
I watched that 2 nights ago.
Did you?
My kids watched it this morning.
We don't
Nice.
talk enough about how the bad Gremlins, like within like 10 hours, they had like a jazz and poker club set up at a bar. And they were
Flasher.
fucking watching movies with like popcorn and shit. They were watching the
Yeah.
7 Dwarfs, which is kind of a weird choice for them, but
Okay.
The
love
gremlin with the ski
Gremlins.
mask.
And it's
They
on
got
my
ex-
list in case you lunatics went the route of Die Hard being a Christmas movie, right? So I'd have something like that. But what a flawed plot line that is with the time zones and all. I mean, if it's after midnight, just fucking drive a couple hours west, get yourself another hour. Like, I don't know.
That's true.
what the
Yeah.
problem was.
yeah.
But
Wait, are you saying the Mogwai aren't real, Bob?
I'm alluding to that.
And how the hell do
prove
you
it.
they get clean? I mean,
Right.
no water. What do they drink?
It's insane.
That's
They
All
lick
right.
themselves.
Anyway, Bobby, your first favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah, and I want to just mention I think it was last year, or the year before, we did do a bit on is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I think we all went through that. I believe at the time I probably said yes, and I think I was kind of falling to that machismo. Is this such a great movie? It's got to be a Christmas movie. I say it's bullshit. It's not a Christmas movie. It's just like one of the best action movies ever. So I'm not going to put Die Hard or any of those types of movies on my list. I'm going to do Christmas, goddammit, and I'm going to do it with joy.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with a Christmas Story because, damn it, that's the one thing I got to put on every year. There's a lot of great movies in the top 4, but it's kind of the ultimate classic to me. I love
I
that.
saw that in the movie theater. I
There
remember
goes our
seeing
age
that in the
again.
theater.
Showing the age.
Yeah, we were little.
It's fr-
All right, Tony,
French
your
Connection.
first
double
Christmas
double
movie.
feature with Gone with the Wind. Let me see here. Christmas Vacation, man. I mean, we watched it every
Great
year at my
one.
house.
I
It is,
cannot
you-
believe that dropped
Yeah.
to 3rd overall.
Yeah, that's kind of why I
It
had
was
to
almost
take it.
my
I was
first
like,
one.
Yeah, it was right there for me. That was 1 and 2. So
Yeah, great movie.
What do you
All
got,
right.
Tim?
Scrooged.
God damn it, that was
that's
mine.
3.
That is a good one. All right,
Home
Tim.
and Home Alone.
Oh, you went Home Alone, eh?
Fucking love that movie.
Tony.
Speaking of
Man,
potholes.
I'm not a big fan of the actor, but I'm gonna say Elf.
Yeah.
Not a Will Ferrell guy?
I'm not a big Farrell guy, but I don't hate him, but that was a funny movie. Whether I
Have
wanted
you
to
ever
like
seen
it or not.
the deleted hockey scene from Elf?
No.
It's pretty wild. He's playing hockey and he like basically just fucking beats the shit out of all the other elves.
Yeah.
And like they cut it because they're like, this kind of doesn't match with the tone and vibe of the rest of the movie. He literally it's like he's basically like Matt and Brady Kachuk out there just beating the shit out of all the other elves. It's very funny.
Happy Gilmore style.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Boy, that second Happy Gilmore was such fucking trash. Oh my god.
You shut your mouth.
What
It was,
were you? If you were
awful.
expecting anything more
I'll
than
be
just
honest.
a sequel of Happy Gilmore, like you really, you
I
can't.
love the
you can't get
first
mad
one,
about
man.
that.
Some callbacks.
It's the same movie.
No, it's worse. It's worse.
It
It's
is
not
worse, of course.
Yeah, but
oh,
it's not that much
God.
worse. I wasn't a giant fan of the original Happy
I love the
Gilmore.
original.
At that age, I liked Billy Madison a lot better.
Really messed up, yes.
Like,
What day is
I-
it? October?
All right, Bobby, you're up.
I gotta go throwback classic to my childhood. This is the Christmas movie that has to be played that brings me into Christmas spirit, and I love the way the animatronics they had or whatever they did way back in the 50s. But the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that's my 8-year-old coming out of me watching that.
Okay. I like it. All right, my second one is again takes place kind of around the holidays. If you want to fight me about whether or not it's a Christmas movie, but I'm gonna go with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
it's a Thanksgiving movie.
But yeah, it's kind of the holidays in
With
general.
Thanksgiving, it kind of kicks off Christmas.
Are we not? Are we battling against that? Because I'll change it if that's the case.
It's a Thanksgiving movie. Like, what are we talking about?
All right, then I'll go Nightmare Before Christmas as my number 2, and then I will round it. I will round it up.
Rules.
I will round it off with a absolute classic. And if you've never seen it, you need to watch it. It's a Wonderful Life is a fucking great movie, and I'm gonna go the top 3: Gremlins, Nightmare Before Christmas, and It's a Wonderful Life. What do you got, Bobby, for your third one?
That is a very diverse.
Oh, it's back to me already.
Yes,
very wholesome.
Well, I mean, I've got to go with my order here. I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of, it's one of the original Christmas carols. I just don't know if it was one that came out in like 84 or 51, whatever the one we would have been watching in school whenever like we got snowed in and shit in elementary school.
so just a Christmas Carol.
Just the Christmas Carol then.
Okay. And Jay Snow, yes, I did watch the episodes of Stranger Things last night. The Will is destroying this season. That's all I'm going to say. And not because just he's the worst fucking actor on the show. Anyway, Tony, go ahead.
I was thinking of comedies, but I guess Last Temptation of Christ isn't good. And, Jesus of Nazareth. So I'm gonna break the. Bobby. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do this, but to me, it is a great Christmas movie. 'Cause I'm not a big Christmas movie fan, but I'm gonna go with Terrifier 3. And anybody who saw it, it's completely Christmas themed. Santa Claus gets fucking destroyed. I'm going with that.
Tony gets a pass for that.
Yeah, I have to go with
All right.
that. It's a great Christmas movie.
Terrifier 3.
Yes, definitely recommend it to him
Yeah.
with your youngest relatives.
All right, I'm gonna
So
go with the
Tony. I'm sorry, real quick. So
No,
Bobby
go ahead.
has A Christmas Story, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And Tony's got Christmas Vacation, Elf, and Terrifier 3.
He might win. I think that's a winner.
And Tim right now has Scrooged and Home Alone. What is your final one?
This is
Tim?
a real kind of experiment on whether people read all the titles of the movies. Because you're gonna be like,
Good.
Vacation, Elf, clear winner. That group,
Absolutely.
clear winner.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be the
Terrifier
one
3.
dude that's like, hell yeah, Terrifier 3. Fucks
Exactly.
up Santa in that movie.
The guy carving up his family neck while he's
Yeah.
reading.
I'm going with the Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
The one with the Santa Claus acting, was that Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what that was, Steven. All right, so that's it. Those are our
And-
snake draft.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, as is Die Hard 2,
Yeah, you're right. Die Hard 2 is around Christmas
which
too.
doesn't get enough credit for being a Christmas movie. I think Die Hard 2 might
Hard-
actually be a better movie.
Die
no,
Hard's
God,
great.
no. A better movie.
I like it.
Die Hard started the whole thing with that kind of lone wolf guy taking everybody down, and we don't get snakes on a plane if we don't get Die Hard. I know what you're saying, but it's just not a Christmas movie, dude. He
Well,
just
what
flew out
about
during
the
Christmas.
original Lethal Weapon?
Oh, shit, that's
That
Christmas
was
movie.
around Christmas time.
Why you gotta go there?
What other setting would Die Hard have worked in besides an
What?
office Christmas party?
Well, I think it could have been an office anything party. Could have been fucking Mr. Nakamoto's retirement party. It would
But
have had
what other party is
thing.
everyone in one floor
You
and all
just
the
said
other
it, a
floors are
retirement
shut
party.
down?
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen that way. Where everybody's celebrating and drinking champagne and getting into the
But that's
holiday
not.
vibes.
But that's not. To me, I see what you're saying, but that is not like a critical aspect of the movie. Like having everyone there is any hostage situation would have worked.
The
what I'm saying.
greatest plot point is when he drops the dead guy and it says, "Ho ho ho! I have a
agree.
machine gun."
I agree.
Ho ho ho
I'm
ho!
not the one
is a
saying
tra-
it's not
ho, ho,
a Christmas
ho.
movie. Bobby
Ho
is.
ho ho is a trademark phrase of what
Santa
popular.
Claus.
Yeah, there you go. And Santa Claus does what?
Delivers presents on Christmas Eve.
To
There you
host.
go.
All the good boys
It's a
and girls.
Christmas movie.
Bob, counterpoint.
No.
No, okay.
You got me at lethal
It's
weapon.
fine.
Now, like I said, I know 2 years ago I said it was a Christmas
Whatever.
movie.
Chris tried to throw in a fucking Thanksgiving movie.
Hey, I put it up. I got knocked
thought-
down.
there
I
you
tried.
go.
You can't
I
blame
It
me.
was
that was a
a
Christmas movie
very
too,
good
Chris,
recent
so.
movie that just came out. Is The Holdovers? Have you ever seen that yet?
No, but I heard of it.
It's a very good movie. I also went to boarding school and knew kids that did this shit where they had to like stick around for the holidays. Very
Oh
sad.
yeah, Harry Potter had to do that.
Yeah. Nobody
I've never
liked it.
seen Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah, it
bet
doesn't
they're
really
on,
seem-
I think I
the
saw
channel
like
right now.
part of the first one. I never went back. Yeah, I think I like.
Doesn't
saw
really
half of
strike me as your vibe, Tony.
No,
it.
I love Harry Potter movies. So,
I
all
do too.
right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Tomorrow night, real quick, we got 6 points of a possible. Well, my God, 3 games for a possible 6 points to finish out 2025. What do you think, guys? We got, I think it's what, Washington, Columbus. Okay, we got Washington tomorrow, and then Tuesday and Wednesday back to back. Maple Leafs in Toronto, and then in Columbus. Home for Washington, Toronto, and Columbus. 6 points up for grabs by the end of the year. Bobby, how many are they getting?
They're getting 4 of the 6 after they lose to Washington. It's gonna
Okay,
just drag
Tone?
us out a little longer.
I'm gonna go 4 out of 6 too with Bobby.
Timmy,
6,
6
3-0.
out of 6. All right, I was going
40
to go
no
with Jay.
40
Number
no
of the
starts now.
beast.
Not
Jay
that dude
Snow,
who
I was
started
going to
it,
go
Joe.
one
So-
point.
Jay Snow is the-
One last thing, little fun fact. The Devils have the 3rd easiest schedule based on the teams that they play for the rest of the year.
and that's scary.
Tony,
That's
you're
scary.
right. That is scary.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks
Good
so much
times.
for hanging out with us, guys. If
Happy
you're
New
watching
Year,
on the YouTube
everybody. If we
channel,
don't-
yeah, hopefully we'll be back
We'll
before New
be
Year.
back before New Year.
And yeah, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe and the alert bell. If you're listening to us in podcast form, a like, a 5-star review, positive comment does help the little podcast that could. I'm Chris for Tim, Tone, and Bob. We're the Uncle Puckers. We'll see you when we see you. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Eat a dick, Valley.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!
Tim, your dildo came in. I'll ship it over to your house.